And again, the dog walk, 4:45 dog walk.
All right, good warm out there. The kids started out well, and some of them ran out of gas towards the end of practice. We got a lot of reps. So it was a physical practice, which we needed because they're a very physical team. But got a lot to improve on, and hard quarterback to defend, and they got a big front. So we got a lot of challenges this week. I'm excited about where the team is, and I'm looking forward to finding out kind of how our guys respond to playing a team that's big and physical, similar to us.
How much of a measuring stick is this game to kind of talk on what you're saying about where this team is right now?
I think it'll be a similar measuring stick the following 8 weeks. You know what I mean? I really don't think there's anybody clear-cut head and shoulders above in the SEC, probably outside Alabama, and then you got everybody that can play everybody. So we're going to find out. The thing is, regardless of the outcome, we got a big one the next week. So that's what we know, and we're really looking at it like day by day. We're trying to get better. We're trying to get every player on the team a little bit better on special teams, a little bit better in the offensive defensive side of the ball.
Are you seeing that? I know coaches say that a lot, but are you really seeing that?
You don't see it every day. I see it in small movements. Some players get better every day, and some players don't. Some players digress. I think the hardest thing right now is the group of core freshmen who maybe aren't playing a lot, they're just playing a little. It's really hard for them to focus and get better because they don't think they're gonna play. And they're a play away, like Jake Fromm was, from being in there. So I don't think you can get that across to them. A lot of times it takes actually getting thrown in the fire to realize how important practice is.
How much have Jacob and Malcolm been able to do the last 2 days of practice?
Jacob's thrown the ball, done some drops. He got to take some reps. Y'all got to see him throw a little bit out there. Malcolm has done probably 30–40% of a normal workload. He does all of Indy. He takes a lot of reps in practice. I say a lot. More than he was taking before. But he's taking about 30 or 40% of his reps that he would normally take. And we've got him kind of on a pitch count. He had 16 plays yesterday. He had about 30 or 40 plays today. And we'll try to keep increasing that.
I'll just ask directly, when Jacob is cleared to play, does he return to his starting job?
I don't know that that's a fair question. I think the question is, number one, what is cleared to play? Is that 100% healthy, or is that emergency backup? I think a lot of that's determined by how Fromm's playing. I think we'll make that decision when the time comes. It's not like we're going to sit here and make an ultimatum. It's going to come as his health improves.
What do you talk about that matchup on the interior with Jeffrey Simmons, and you've obviously rotated a lot of different guards and everything. How important is that matchup in this game, kind of controlling him and as the effect it has on the rest of the defense?
Yeah, he's a very disruptive player. He's probably one of the best inside players in the entire SEC, if not the country. I recruited him out of high school, remember him well, great player. So he's very disruptive. As far as matchups, we'll have one person on him, we'll have another person on him. If we pull somebody, it might be somebody else. It could be anybody on him. Most important thing is they use good technique, keep their pad level down, and outwork him. But he's a really good player, and he is extremely disruptive. So you got to find ways to block him, and you got to find ways to get away from him.
Kirby, DJ Looney is obviously on the staff there. I'm sure you're happy for anybody to get a chance to move up in the profession. But what kind of dynamic does it create when you maybe know some of the personnel around here?
Everybody knows our personnel. They got tape. They watch tape. What does he know that Todd Grantham doesn't know? I honestly don't think there's any secrets. What we've put on tape in all our games last year and this year is the same thing Looney saw the whole time he was here. So I'm extremely happy for DJ Looney and think he's a great coach, great recruiter, and he did nothing but work his tail off while he was here, and he got a great opportunity to go back to his alma mater and coach.
Kirby, Tyler Clark didn't get to play last week, but he's been out there when we've been out there. You expect him to be able to go on Saturday?
Yeah, he's good to go. He should be expected to play.
Does Jeremiah Alden have any restrictions anymore, or is he all 100% to go?
Oh, he's good to go. He's got to improve. He's got to continue to work at understanding what's going on and play with toughness and play with consistency, but he's not limited.
When you talk about the SEC, the 8 weeks ahead, has your perception of some of the teams, gone up or down, I guess, based on what you see in the first few weeks? What do you make of this league compared to, the other years you've been in?
I don't have to make anything. I know what this league's made out of. I mean, it's trench warfare every week, buddy. You better get ready, because I'm promising you, everybody you play has good players, they have good coaches, they have good fan bases. I mean, everybody can say it's up, it's down, it's parity. They can say what they want. Come in this league and play, and you find out real quick. It's physical week in, week out.
It's no secret that in this league, especially, I mean, it's run and stop the run, and certainly Mississippi State did that with LSU. Really sold out to stop the run, which tells you you're going to have to throw the ball some. How do you feel about your passing game, how it's developing, and particularly, being able to get downfield, get deep?
We throw it deep every day in practice. So, I mean, we got guys, we got receivers that can win vertical patterns. We got quarterbacks who can throw vertical patterns. We got to win against their guys. At the end of the day, I mean, you got to open it up some. You got to loosen the box some. You got to block their guys. We got to be able to run and throw. Same as last year. We got a freshman quarterback that I think is playing good. We got to go out there and let him play. He's got to make good decisions. But it's not just about vertical passing game. It's about blocking somebody at 6 technique. It's about blocking Jeffrey Simmons when you call that vertical passing game. There's a lot that goes into it more than just chunk it deep.
We're talking to Rodrigo today. I don't think we've ever asked, when everything happened with his dad, what was your thought process then? I mean, a lot of people assumed, forget him, but here we are. He's your kicker. He's on scholarship. What was the kind of short version of the process there?
There was no process. I mean, I don't get into playing out things in the paper. That's not a big deal for me. Communicated with his dad, told him which direction we're headed. Didn't necessarily agree, and we moved on. Agreed to disagree. I mean, he's got a scholarship now. He's earned it. Rod's been nothing but positive. Rod is one of the best teammates on this team. He sits right in that seat every team meeting, and he's on the edge of his seat, and he's so excited to be part of this program, and he's done nothing but work his tail off. So I was very happy to be able to reward him on what he's done, but nothing between he and his father. Not about us. It's about Rod.
One more question on Rod. As far as his kickoffs and the touch passes, more technical with the work that Coach Sinclair has done working to make him a stronger kicker?
I'll be honest with you, I can't tell you. I think that his dad's had a lot to do with it. He came out here and he worked hard in the offseason. He felt like he got stronger through the weight room some, but some of it he changed his approach. And I know his dad worked with him on it, and I know he felt much more comfortable about it and had more competition, and he raised his competition level up to beat the competition.
The Zylex had a pretty strong start to the season, particularly in close games. What is the advantage of having a good punter?
It flips the field position, man. I mean, it's just obvious. I mean, number one, he gets it out fast. Number two, he's been consistent. Number three, he just changes the field position. I mean, he's had a couple punts that were bombs, but we measure punts by hang time. You guys measure it by yards. So if you kick it 63 yards in 3 seconds, that's not good. So we look for hang and distance to match. He's done that probably, but twice he hasn't. And if it's not for Jason Stanley, Lorenzo Carter, and Roquan Smith, some of those may get further returns. So it's a combination of punt and coverage. But it's obviously better than it was last year. We have to keep that up, though. And the coverage concerns me. It's not necessarily his kicking. It's making sure we're covering it, because Mississippi State is really good at holding people up.
Obviously, special teams has been a focus for you all throughout, really since you've been here. But are the players buying more into that now? Is it enough for you?
We're doing a lot of the same things we did before. We have more guys. I mean, last year we had 10 guys that practice over 19 miles an hour. We have 21 guys over 19 miles an hour at practice daily. So we've doubled the number of guys that are running 20 miles an hour or faster. Why is that? I think it's twofold. I think we have faster players. We have more players that can run. And we've got players practicing in cooler buildings, so they're not getting as tired as fast. So we have to continue to do that. But the GPS, the science says that we're a little faster team. Speed helps on special teams, and also kicking the ball good does.
Kirby, you've mentioned multiple times already how disruptive Simmons is. When you turn on the tape, just with that group as a whole, what's the thing that really stands out about it?
Get off, size. I mean, they're relentless. They play a lot of guys. They get off hard. They've got several. I mean, I think they got 20 guys on the roster from the Mississippi JUCOs that are really good players. They got great size, great length. They bat balls. I mean, they're a good defensive line, man.
How is your offensive line created without the specifics, just in terms of the physical nature you want to see when you turn on the film?
How have they graded in terms of physical nature? Do you guys just like savor for me to say something negative about our offensive line? I feel like every day I come in, asking how's the offensive line grade? Well, we grade based on effort, toughness, and assignment. They graded well on that. Now, if they can't move a person that's bigger than them and they try to move them, is that a minus grade or is that a positive grade, Mark? I'm asking you.
I'm not the coach.
Okay, I'm just asking your opinion. Is that a plus or a minus if you don't move a guy that you're trying to move, but you do everything your coach do to do it right? Is that a plus or a minus in your mind?
It's rhetorical. Go ahead.
I'm just asking. I just want to know what you think is a plus or minus.
Plus.
Then our guys were grading good. They're grading good. So if you want to know how they're grading, they're grading well. My mom's an English teacher. She said you should say well. They're grading well. But are we getting what we want out of them? No, I'm not completely happy with that. I'm not happy with the way our corners press. You know what I mean? I'm not happy that we don't have any interceptions. So there's all kinds of improvement needs to be on our team. I think our offensive line coach, they work really hard to improve, but we are not where we need to be. So y'all can email me any suggestions you guys might have.
One more.
I was just going to ask on Nazalik, how hard is it to gauge, just kicking game? It seems tricky. I mean, this guy's at Columbia University, so it's not like, everybody missed on him, but you still didn't know whether he would be able to come here and do what he did there. It doesn't always happen. How difficult is it just finding kickers and
It's hard. It's a hard evaluation process because you don't really ever know. I mean, I was at Alabama for 10 years and we didn't always get it right. We thought we had a great one, and then he wasn't, and then he thought you just you never know. And to be honest with him, it wasn't like we knew he was free. He didn't cost us anything. He's grad school transfer that walked on. Great for him. He did an unbelievable job, and he's won a job. He saw an opportunity, and he seized it. And to be honest with you, I never saw him kick at Columbia. He came to a game and said, I want to come to Georgia. I said, oh, you punted last year there. Great, come on. We'd love to have you. We got no chance. There's no loss of value for us. And look what we got out of it. And I give Coach Beamer and Coach Villano were the guys that had the relationship, that he reached out to. So we fell into that one. So thanks, guys.
Thanks.